Then, of course, in the 90s, energy prices crashed throughout most of that decade, particularly the late 90s. And in the Permian Basin outside of Dallas, the Mitchell Energy Company was on the verge of going bankrupt because energy prices were so low. I think were 15 or 20 bucks a barrel.
So that's why it wasn't profitable.
Yeah, and so there was a young engineer who was going to lose his job, a kid by the name of Nick Steinsberger, who's probably should go down in history as one of the great innovators of the 20th century. He was worried about losing his job, and he got some permission from his boss, George Mitchell, to shoot not just water, but lots of water. I mean, PSI that was 20, 30 times more intense than they had shot down a well before, on the belief that if we really shatter the rock, fracture it, we'd be able to open up some of the more trapped hydrocarbons, oil and natural gas. And they did that. And amazingly, to everybody's surprise, more and more production in that well occurred. And so we saw kind of a fracturing, we would call it 3.0, 4.0, in terms of the evolution of that process. What really changed, though, was that was important. What really changed, though, was, and we don't know who really developed it, was people tinkering again. That's that great American spirit of ideas, having sex, if you will, and kind of a biological perspective where we interchange with each other and we come up with new ideas. And eventually the horizontal drill was melded with this, where you could take the drill down and then turn it. And you could go in any number of directions. So instead of having to drill 20 wells or 10 wells, you would only have to do one, and then you could turn the drill bit and go parallel to the surface of the earth, and you could go 5, 10, 20,000 feet one direction, pull the drill bit back, go 20,000 feet another direction, 20,000 feet in a third direction. So you could become incredibly efficient in terms of not having to drill multiple holes. It would be more environmentally friendly. From a business perspective, though, it just saved a huge amount of capital in terms of having to, not having to drill so many holes.
And so you can get oil and natural gas from fracking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's still hard for me to visualize. So after you drill the holes, then what happens?
Gravity works. It arises to the surface, and then it's captured at the surface, and natural gas is put into one area, oil is put into another pipeline, and it's dispersed there. And it's an incredibly efficient now process. And of course, this has evolved over really the melding of these two technologies was sometime around 2006, 2007. So we're 15 years, 16 years out from this. So you can imagine we've been doing this for a long time, and these are very smart people. These are very innovative people. They're entrepreneurs.
We haven't been doing it very long. I mean, that's really interesting. So it makes it so much more current.
And if I could just add one more thing, Noah, the other thing that's important here is the fact that this all occurred spontaneously. If we go back 20 years or 25 years, really kind of into the late 90s and early 2000s, there was a critical awareness on the part of our leadership at a military level, at a national government level, business people as well. They knew that we had a serious Achilles heel, and that was our dependency upon foreign energy to operate not just the U.S. economy, but the total global capitalist system. And you heard every president from Bill Clinton to George W. Bush to Barack Obama in that period of time say, we got to do something about energy. And we would not have invaded Iraq if
that was what I was going to say. I mean, that's two wars. So
yeah, that's right. So, I mean, that's how critical this was. And everybody was saying, this is, and of course, 9/11 happens. A lot of the people who did what they did on 9/11 came from countries that were selling us energy or our allies energy. There was real concern, and it was valid concern.